This election is in our hands, New York. And with that, I want to introduce to you the next mayor of New York City, Zohran Mamdani.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good evening! New York City, how we feeling? Are we ready to win on June 24th? Thank you to our MC, the Kid Mero. Thank you to the elected officials, labor, and movement leaders who've joined us tonight. And thank you to my friend, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She has shown us time and again that we can fight and that we can win. She is a model for this country in how to lead with integrity. And what an honor it is to have her endorsement. And what an honor it is to look out onto this crowd and to see the city I love. There are over 3,000 New Yorkers here this evening, and thousands more watching from home. New Yorkers who believe that living here shouldn't be a daily grind of anxiety. New Yorkers who are ready to turn the page on years of corruption and incompetence. To reject the politics of distraction and fear, of big money and small vision, of cowardice and collaboration in the face of Trump's authoritarianism. New Yorkers who are ready for a new generation of leadership that puts working people first. My brothers and sisters, you are the beating heart of this campaign. You have climbed 6th-floor walk-ups and braved the pouring rain to canvass our city. You have shared our message with the very New Yorkers you've lived alongside for years, but never had the chance to meet. And make no mistake, this campaign is reaching every corner of this city. I see the work each of you do when New Yorkers wave excitedly from bus windows and shout, "Freeze the rent!" from moving cars. I see it when volunteers who have never participated in politics before dedicate their every Sunday night to spreading our message. And I see it when thousands of New Yorkers post proud screenshots of their first ever ballots. And I feel it when the uncles and aunties who felt long abandoned by a broken status quo pull me aside to tell me that finally they're excited to believe again. We stand on the verge of a victory that will resonate across the country and the world. Make no mistake, this victory will be historic not just because of who I am, a Muslim immigrant and a proud democratic socialist. But for what we will do, make this city affordable for everyone. I think of a woman I met on the BX33 in the Bronx a few years ago. As I sat next to her, she told me, I used to love New York, but now it's just where I live. We're going to make this city one where working people can love it once again. That is who I am thinking about tonight, the New Yorkers who make this city run. Because after this rally, as many of us sleep, millions of our neighbors will step out onto moonlit streets across our city. Nurses working the night shift will put on their scrubs and save lives. City workers will clean subway stations and pick up our trash. Office buildings will be made new again as the midnight shift scrubs and polishes in the dark. Many of these New Yorkers are immigrants who traveled to this city from faraway countries with nothing in their pockets except a dream of a better life. And even more New Yorkers will spend the entire night tirelessly working and return home carrying the burden that it still isn't enough. The sun rises, the bills continue to climb, and the stress never seems to fade. If New York truly is the city that never sleeps, we deserve a mayor who fights for those of us who labor at every single hour of the day. I will be that mayor. And I want to tell you that when we launched... Thank you, my friends. When we launched this campaign on a cold October evening, few thought we could win. Only a couple more could even pronounce my name. Andrew Cuomo still can't. The so-called experts said we would be lucky to break 5%. But I always knew that we would build a campaign just like this. So when a disgraced former governor questions whether or not we can lead this city, I look at our campaign and I know the answer. Over 1 million doors knocked, more than 40,000 volunteers. A movement that the pundits and politicians had written off, now on the precipice of toppling a political dynasty. And because of that, we will win a city that we can afford. But what does winning look like? It looks like a rent-stabilized retiree who wakes up on the first of every month, knowing the amount they're going to pay hasn't soared since the month before. Together, New York, we're going to freeze the... It looks like a single mom who can drop her kids off at school and know she won't be late to work because her bus will arrive on time and cost nothing at all. Together, New York, we're going to make buses fast and free. It looks like a young family that doesn't have to move to the suburbs because childcare doesn't cost more than college. In fact, it's free. Together, New York, we're going to deliver universal. And it looks like safety for everyone. Whether you're on the street, riding the subway, or a house of worship, with our Department of Community Safety. We will invest in the mental health services that we know work, and we'll tackle the rise in hate crimes that fill too many Jewish and Muslim New Yorkers with fear. We will stand up for small businesses and take on bad landlords and greedy corporations. We will make sure our public schools are excellent. Because our kids deserve better than crowded classrooms and neglected facilities. We will do all of this from a city hall that is accountable and transparent to the New Yorkers it proudly serves. And I will be a mayor who doesn't bow down to corporate interest, doesn't take his orders from billionaires, and sure as hell doesn't let ICE steal our neighbors from their homes. There are no kings. There are no kings in America. Whether that's Donald Trump, Andrew Cuomo, or the Republican billionaires who fund both of their campaigns. For too long, New Yorkers have learned not to expect much from those they elect. Failure has become familiar. Make no mistake, our democracy isn't just under attack from the outside. It's been eroded from within as well. When politicians give you crumbs time and time again and tell you to feel satisfied, it should come as no surprise that many among us have lost faith. But this campaign has given hope again through our vision that every person deserves a good and dignified life. And that government must deliver an agenda of abundance that puts the interests of the 99% over the 1%. That is why Republican billionaires are spending millions of dollars to stop you, to stop us. They know that this election isn't just about the future of our city. It's about the future of our democracy. Whether billionaires and massive corporations can simply buy our elections. Trust me, they will try. Over the next 10 days, you will not be able to turn on your TV, check your mail, or watch a video on YouTube without seeing an attack on our movement. There will be lies to stoke fear and suspicion, even hate. And behind those lies are the same billionaires who put Donald Trump back in the White House. But we know that this movement is more powerful than their money. That's what New Yorkers have already begun to say today at polling places across this city. And 10 days from now, on June 24th, we will speak in one voice. And to everyone who pulls me aside to whisper with the best intentions, you have already won. I am sorry, but the days of moral victories are over. And as my father told me years ago, when the right wins power, the left writes a great book. Those days are over too. Because this is a campaign that is going to win on June 24th. And it's thanks to each and every one of you. On election night, after the polls have closed and the results have come in, we will go home. And as we close our eyes, the days of countless others will only be beginning. Doors in Jackson Heights and Parkchester and Bay Ridge and Soundview will open at midnight. New Yorkers will leave their homes and commute under streetlights to work, where they'll drive buses and mop floors and bake bread. For some, this will feel like any other night. But for so many more, thanks to all of you, it will feel like the dawn of a new day. And when the sun finally climbs above the horizon, that light will seem brighter than ever before. Because we, my friends, are going to win the city we deserve. And it's going to be one we can afford. One where we can dream again. And for that, I must say, thank you.